I'm going to try something a little different today. I've got a nice big chunk of cardboard. Well, it's a whole box. I've got some of this corrugated cardboard. And with this, I'm going to try to make some birdhouses out of just cardboard. Today's video is part of my Small Creator Sunday Challenge. This challenge is open to anyone under 1,000 subs, and I usually have a monthly theme. Today's theme is reduce, reuse, recycle. So everything in your challenge should be some item that you've taken from your trash stash or something that you would normally throw away and recycle it into something else. My co-host today is Devin of the Freckled Mom, and she just cleared 1,000 subscribers herself recently, so give her a big shout out, congratulations, and thanks for joining me in this challenge today. So, on to the video. So first what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut these down, cut this box down into regular just pieces of cardboard so I can work with it. Next, what I want to do is determine the shape and size. And I don't know if I want it too big, but I want it to be tiny either. So I'm going to mark out, I'll start with a small piece. Just kind of figure out how big I want to make it. So I'm just speeding up through cutting this cardboard out, measuring it, debating on where I wanted it and everything. No big deal. So I'm going to make it 8 by 6. So I'm going to go ahead and cut 2 squares this size, or 2 pieces this size, and then I'll figure out the front and the back. Alright, I've got my first 2 pieces, and this is going to be the sides. So now I just have to figure out how big I want the front and the back, and how high up I want the peak to go. And now I've got everything figured out where I want it to be. So I'm just measuring it out to get my center points and everything else. A bit tedious. So I'll go ahead and continue with this and get these pieces cut out. Alright, now here comes the fun part. Assembly. So I'm just I'm going to try to run a bead of hot glue right here. And right there on that very edge. Close as I can get it. Right there. Guess I'll make that the back, yeah. And the same thing for this one. Just run it down carefully. Right there. And here, I'll run the glue along these 2 edges. realizing I need to put a hole here, so let me do that real quick. Alright, I just used my X-Acto knife and a compass to make a circle, because I can't talk today. So I've got that. Now I'm going to go ahead and glue this front piece down. Again, just doing a thin, small line along this edge. I'm trying to line it up at the bottom. There. Hold that for a second. And the same thing here. Thin layer down the side. And I will go back and reinforce this after everything is put together. I'll let that sit and cure for a minute or two and continue. Alright, so I've sealed the inside edges. I went in with my glue gun to reinforce those. I'm going to use a scrapbook paper. Get a good image of it there. And I'm going to use it to decoupage on top of here. So I thought I was filming and I wasn't. So just going around here to find my edges, kind of crease that a little bit so I know where to cut, and I'll do that for the front and the back. Now I sketched, like I outlined, or I traced around the outside edges and the circle in the center, and it's okay if there's a little overlap. I'm okay with that because I'll probably just, like, after it's decoupaged and dried, I'll just like sand off the edges. But I want to paint the sides first, and I'm going to use my Waverly chalk paint and plaster to do that. I think it'll be a really good, you know, I think it'll match really well with these. So I want to go ahead and paint the two sides. Alright, I did 2 coats of the chalk paint. I'm going to go ahead and use matte Mod Podge to put down this scrapbook paper. And like I said, if it's not perfect on the edges, that's fine, because I will, after this is sealed in, dried up nicely, then I will go ahead and clean up those edges. Alright, I've gone around, trimmed down the edges of the front where necessary. It's all dry now. And the next part will be the roof. Now, I'm going to use this corrugated cardboard stuff. I think it was wrapped up around some stuff that I ordered. I don't remember where it came from, honestly. But I'm going to use it to look like a little tin roof. So what I want to do, I'm going to measure out where I want it, how far I want it to come down or whatever. I'm going to cut it to size. I'm going to glue cardboard to the back to reinforce it. Alright, I've got my pieces cut. I'm just gluing on the edges, or the roof. Just lined it up. Gluing it down like that. Taking my glue gun along the edge here. Both sides. Trying to line it up. I'll lay it down here. Alright, this next part is where I'm really going to have the fun. So I'm going to take this corrugated cardboard. I'm going to take it out and spray paint it with some silver spray paint that I have. Because I want to give it the, you know, a tin roof look. So I'm going to take this outside and spray paint it, and then we'll come back. Alright, now I've got that silver spray paint, and it was at the very end of my bottle, so, or can, so I'm going to go ahead and glue it down. So I'm just going to hot glue it on. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover up these edges on the front and the back there. And I think I'll just use, I have this big bit of raffia ribbon stuff, but I think I'm just gonna like glue it down along the edges, not unroll it or anything, just to give it a little bit of a decorative detail. And I'm going to come along and I'll paint it, and I'm going to use this brushed metal from Folk Art to give it a, you know, to blend in with the rest of the, I can't talk today, to blend in with the rest of the roof. I'm just going to paint it with that brushed metal paint. So I'm going to go ahead and cut it and glue it down. Alright, I'm going to let that dry, but I think that looks pretty good there. So now I just get to figure out everything else. But I'm partway there. So I think I'm going to take a dowel and make a little perch and glue some flowers. I don't know, I was thinking about putting it on a base. So yeah, I don't know, but stay tuned and we'll see how this turns out. Alright, so I've got this painted. I thought I was going to have to do 2 coats, but I don't think I'm going to. So we're painted, everything's dry, it's the next day. I do think I'm going to glue this down on here, but I'm debating on if I want to make it bigger and glue like stuff around it, or if I want to try to put something to hang it up. I am going to take a dowel and cut it and stick through here, but yeah, I'm just kind of stuck at the moment. So yeah, but I'll get back to you as soon as I figure it out. Alright, so I've got that cut, sand it down a little bit. So I just have to get it through the cardboard, which I'll just take my X-Acto knife and cut an opening to slide it through, and then reinforce it with hot glue. Transfer tape got stuck to me. I don't need that. That's almost even right there, huh? Maybe if I just do a little cross cut here, I can get it to... Yep, there we go. Yay! And it's almost centered. How about that? Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and glue this in here. You can see that. Alright, and I will let that sit and cure for a little bit. Alright, so I'm going to just glue
the birdhouse down onto this piece of cardboard. I think I'm going to go ahead and hang it, but I want to put this base down anyway. Gluing this down. I'll let that sit up for a minute. And then I'll do some, I don't know, decorating of some sort. Well, I've got that glued down here. So I think what I'm going to do next is I'm going to put Spanish moss all around these edges first. I don't think I really need to paint. I'm just going to glue this all around.
Now you'll notice here I switched camera angles. I was actually recording on my phone and it was still pretty new at the time. Just gluing down the Spanish moss around the little base. And this video is old. Actually, I filmed it over a month ago. I didn't have my new glue gun. I was still using my little one.
I'm going to trim along and just get some of these super long pieces off of here. I have a bunch of these pieces from sunflowers that I have, and I think what I want to do is put them down like a little hedgerow on here. So I want to start with, I'm just going to start with a couple. And I'm going to just take these, cut them down a bit. I'm just going to start right here in this corner. And I'll glue it down, maybe. There we go. I'll just glue it. And then, you know, I'm going to tack it on right there. Again, I'm going to do another one here. Tack it on. Just so it'll stay upright. And I'm just going to put these on in, I don't know, I'm going to fill up right here around the corner. Maybe put some along the edge. And I'll just continue filling on my little trees. You can see in this angle what they look like here, and I'm just gonna go around and put them where I feel they'll look great. All right, I've got this so far. Some little hedges growing up around the house, and now I want to take some these little mini sunflower heads.
So here I am just using these little sunflower bits, going around and gluing them in there. This is a long video, but it's Small Creator Sunday. I'm really excited for this challenge too. I can't wait to see what all the other videos are like. I was on my last bit of glue here. I used some Elmer's and just these little cute little pink buds and give it a another little pop of color.
All right. So I'll just add the rest around the rest of it and let it dry.
Now what I decided to do was take some Spanish moss, and I wanted to make it look like it was just growing up over the top of it and, you know, up the side and everything. So using the Spanish moss, I'm kind of draping it all over, and I'm using these other little greenery pieces to like wind it through to make it look like it was growing up the side.
There we go. I think that looks pretty good. I'll hang it up and see how it looks finished.
Here's a little bit of slow-mo rotation so you can see it all the way around. I didn't do anything in the back there, but I thought that looked pretty cool. So what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget, check out the rest of the playlist. The link is in my description box or down below in the comments. Also, make sure you go stop over at Freckled Mom's channel. Her link is above too. And give her a big fat congratulations for hitting 1,000 subs. And now she's kicked off this challenge. If you haven't already, could you consider subscribing? I'd really appreciate it if you'd also leave a like and a comment below. It's helping my channel grow. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great week. Take care, y'all. Bye.